I'm really overdoing it today. Hey, I'm not yelling at my kid when I start. Hey, what's crack-a-lackin'? Hello. Super quick. Howdy and hello. I know I always say that, but I do have a time crunch. And I just did an hour and a half live with Neil Warden, Castle Dude. So that was really fun. So that's on my little pagey page. And if by chance you don't know who Neil Warden of Castle Dude is, check it out, because this Saturday morning, 7 a.m. for me. So I'll be in my jammy jams. It's pajama day on Saturday. 7 a.m. for me, 3 p.m. in the UK. Neil Warden, myself, and Alex Patoot, we are going live as Neil tours a castle. And we're going to be doing a little castle walk with him, a walk and talk. And so come have some coffee and we'll talk. And we'll tour castles and all that kind of stuff. Oops. Did I do this right? Yes, I did. It's on. Hi, Carol. You're going to get sick of me. I'm just popping on. Just doing a minute. Hi. Hey, Henry. How are you? I was just live with Neil Warden, so I'm not going to be too painfully long. And I'll share a little bit of what's happening with our summer so far and the kiddos and everything, which is kind of cool. And why I have a little bit of time crunch. Cool, Henry. I'm glad you did catch it live. Nice to see you. I think I saw you pop in on Castle Dudes too. Well, my mini advert is, so it was just a Castle Dude saying hi here. And tomorrow there might not be too much because we have like dental cleanings and we have a couple to-dos, which is one of them being, both my kids resonated with this. We're doing the Park District water polo. So my kiddos are doing water polo and I'm so happy to get them back in the water. They're water babies. Always had a pool until we moved up to the up and away house. So it's been 2 years without one. And they've been in since they were born. So it's nice to see them in the water again and they love it. Hi, Roger Blair. How are you? Thanks for coming over here. I saw you in the chat just a bit ago. It was funny. So yeah, that's what's happening. And then I'm doing a super late thank you. I'm so grateful to them for jumping on board last minute. But Matthew Mornian, who I had on before, we did a human experience hangout. But this time we're going to do a synaptic circle with Aurora Diamond Heart. And we're going to talk about tarot this Saturday. You say tarot, I say tarot. Your brother did water polo college? Do you know what? They're so resonating with it, and they have legs to die for days. They're like water babies. I think they're going to align with this. This could go. What it is the Park District kind of teaching them the basics. Like they're learning. I forgot what it's called. Shredding, like treading water, but shredding. And they're learning how to, what to do with the ball. And it turns into a little team. It's every weekday for an hour until the end of summer, which for like $20. I love Park District stuff. And there's a little team. They're going to teach them how to do it. And then if they really get into it, I think there's a way to move up levels. So I know our little school doesn't offer any team stuff, but it's something that the district does. And where we are, there's an amazing sports complex that we're new to, that I'm discovering all the programs they have. And it's really cool. And I may as well disclose it now, but speaking of Disclosure Fest is coming next weekend. And it's in my backyard. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there actually helping. That's what I usually do. And so I will be helping. So if anyone's going to be in the area going to Disclosure Fest, sometimes I don't align with some ways that some things go down or people or attachments or whatever. And then other times I'm like, fuck it. Let's go meet the people that show up. Let's meet the people and that again, who I've met before that I resonate with, that'll be there. And let's hold the light down from my hood. So I'm going to be there. So that's that advertisement. Oh, you sweet. You guys are so cute talking back. Hello, hello. I see you there. It's so cute. YouTube's been popping. Woof. I got rid of those strikes from 2020 and 2021, and I think I'm actually getting traction again on YouTube. So, and thank you to Garrel and all you guys for getting those algorithms going, because I think that helps. I think that's getting some traction there. So it's really fun in that sense. So yay, water polo. So water polo is every night. I get to take them for the first time tonight. The Giants been taking them because they've been doing stuff. I was on a show last night that I'll have to share with you. Hi, Jane. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm just about to share. Garrel and Jane shared a contact with me and hooked me up with this gal from Chicago. Her name's Shannon, and she has a channel about the Scientology audits and stuff. And so, we didn't pick our date yet, but Mindy Willens and I will be doing an interview very soon. Now, she's my contact here in LA. She's an activist, and she's in the area and live streaming often from those holding camp in front of the Scientology buildings on Hollywood Boulevard. And she's interacting with those live streaming, and they're basically, there's been they've always been under scrutiny and on the press and everything, but things have been going down recently. So we're going to chit chat, not just about that kind of stuff, because I have little Hollywood disclosure stories about being in those buildings and stuff. I auditioned for them and not knowing it. And I worked some events within the building. So I have interactions with some of their members, and I've been around really maze-like, impeccable, empty buildings. So I disclose those kind of things. So Mindy and I will talk about that again. But last night, Scientology audit from Chicago, Shannon, she was awesome to talk with. I had a really lovely time with the people in the chat on there. So check that out. Check Neil's Castle Dudes out. And then Saturday Synaptic Circle, that's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Gail and Jane, I hope that works for you. They're just everywhere. And that's going to be fun because I don't have the common theme. I don't do tarot for people, but both of them have given me a read before. And I recently asked Matthew what his thoughts are about that with kids. Not doing it in my classroom, but I'm talking about my own kids because my daughter was gifted a deck. So we're just going to talk about the ins and outs of tarot, and maybe there'll be some readings or something. We shall see. But there was something else this weekend. Oh my gosh, sorry, Neil. 7 a.m. Like I said earlier, 7 a.m. I'll be in my jammies on Saturday. So I got a double header on Saturday, 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. And one is a castle tour with Alex Patoot and Neil. And 3 is with Matthew and Aurora. Hi, Bauer. I'm doing it again. Can you tell I'm back on my mushroom coffee and vitamins? No, it was for 3 days. I was out of my little packets. And no, I don't do Rise or any of the trendy things and membership crap. I have these really amazing little Gano Herbs packets, and there's instant coffee in them. But I take one a day, and that's all I need, one little cup of coffee. And it was out. So I resorted to my French press with Cafe Bustelo, and I cracked out. I was scared. I was trying to talk my heart palpitations. I tried to get them to slow down. I was not in my right mind. It was so imbalanced because I've been on the other stuff for 4 years. I was a mess. So I'm back on my good stuff. That was even me coming down, like a come down from a super high party. Whether you partake in things or not, you're just emotionally socializing, all this. Sometimes there's a come down. I felt that after we ended our class with the kids. I felt this what do I do now? And where are they? And I miss them. It was really a weird weekend of, oh gosh, it's over. It's summer. And then I had to go back on Tuesday and finish packing up my classroom, which was a mess because we're outside. So that was a bittersweet, but it was the final closure of wow, I'm not going to be out here anymore. And yeah, there's part of it thank God, I'll be in the classroom. I got my new classroom and it's going to be really sweet. But there's something to be said for how that last year worked, being outside and being in our own world. So I'm going to miss it. Whew, that was all in one breath. I'm spreading like an STD, Robert. Spread that high vibe everywhere. Oh, your daughter did ice hockey during the recreation program, right? Some of these parks and recs, man, they have killer programs and they're for dirt cheap. It's really come one, come all, and they see who sticks around. Because I thought there'd be 50 kids there, and there's 11. And I love it. Because not only is my little man a generator in human design, and he just can go. We need to burn his energy. Next week, he's got a soccer camp. That was another dirt cheap thing. But he's going every day for 3 hours because he wants to surprise his friends with some soccer skills that he doesn't quite have. And then he'll be doing that water polo at night. So I'm my little babies are getting strong. This kind of will lead into what I wanted to share, which is my care share of. It's a little sad one, but it shows how we overcome things. But let me see what you have to say here. Microdose is the way of the day. Microdose what? You mean my little coffee? You're a tarot connoisseur. Ooh, Robert, that'll be a fun one then. I'm not. But I do believe, and this Matthew said this on our last episode, and all the religions, I'm sorry, but I think they all have them. And I'll say this in our synaptic circle, there is a tool that people use, whether they're fiddling with a rosary or cross or touching a wall or lighting a candle. Like there's some form of a ritual or some tool that you use to try to call in your higher self or an answer or talk to a god or whatever it is. It's a tool. So I consider tarot a tool. And if it's used correctly and used in the right ways, it can be an asset. So it's just one of many tools. So we're gonna go talk about all those kinds of things. So I'd love to hear your 2 cents on that, Mr. Robert. My daughter teaches special needs and micro doses all the time. She's a big promoter. Fabulous. You know what? Yeah, and that's I'm sure the chat knows what it's all about, but the micro doesn't mean you're like, it's a medicinal dose. So it's like taking your vitamin C. I mean, I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but for some people, it chemically aligns you without giving you the high. And I'll always promote that when it's something natural. Natural. Soccer is fun. You played that through college? Cool. My little man poo-pooed it for a little while. He was not interested. And then he met these dudes in school in his class that are really into it and really good. And my son, I watched him at recess. He hesitated. And then towards the end, he got in there and he made a goal. He did a couple things. So I want him to have the skill set, so his confidence to be like, yeah, I'm going to play. I'm going to jump in. And I'm excited for him. And we're not telling his buddies. So they're going to be surprised when he goes back to school. He'll be like, pass me the ball, and say all the things you're supposed to say. Positive poppers. Speaking of, do I have any in my teeth? I just, in between meals and this, like I gotta eat something. So I just downed a burrito. There's some peppers in there, not poppers. Just need to pick up my substance of choice. There you go. It's one of many divination tools and techniques used throughout millennial. That's it. And that's what we're going to talk about. And I thought it would be fabulous to talk to Matthew again. I adore him. His book's coming out. I can't wait till that. I mean, the Kindle is out, but I can't wait to talk to him again. And Aurora, that's what she does. And she's on her channel. I've been in her chat before, and they've each given me a nice read. And here's the other bit about those two. They are also, Matthew, I've already said, I've met in person, but I've met Aurora too a couple times. I've met her in person. I've done the energy exchange, and she is authentic. So I love chatting with authentic people. I love hearing from the authentic people. Authenticity is key. Like anything, if he has fun at it, he'll get good. Yes. And with him, I kind of have to keep putting him in these situations to try. My daughter's much more hesitant to try things. So when she took a liking even to water polo, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And of course, I knew it because she's amazing in the water. Really, really strong. And I mean, when they were born, I didn't give birth in the water, but I was laboring in our community pool at our apartment. And she was in right away. I was like, let's go to the beach. She was a beach babe. SoCal beach kid. Total beach kid. Yeah, Matthew is amazing. So that's going to be a double header. That's going to be a little crazy Saturday. And then Sunday, of course, is Father's Day. So happiest of Father's Day wishes to all you dads out there, you kings. I see you kings in the thread. Thank you. Thank you for showing up with your divine masculine, with your wisdom, and for really nurturing and raising kids to put them out in that world, because the divine mask has been under attack. Absolutely. So Father's Day is going to be really celebrated here. I would show you some of the gimmicky things I got, because like our fabulous paintings, I like some of the gag gifts. So I'm going to hook the giant up, but this is his first official legal Father's Day. Remember, he just legally adopted the kids. So it's going to be a little big deal here, and I'll be offline. Except I'll be in your chat, Midwest Night Watchers. I'll be there. But it's going to be a big to-do, and so we got some cute little gifts for him, and we're just going to dote on him. So I don't want to show him now. He finally got a gig at work. He's at Universal right now doing a promo, and you never know. He spies. He spies on me. So I don't want to be flashing the gifts, so I'll show you after the fact. But they're really sweet, and one actually I found as an advert in Facebook, so you might recognize it. It's not another painting, though. Oh, here we go. Astrology, tarot, scrying. You gotta tell me about scrying. What? I haven't heard of all these. Different ways to tune in the infinite field of frequencies and interrogation of that which is. Always eloquently said, unlike I, Mr. Bauer. Bravo. Yes, agreed. And it's my mom, the mom that allowed me to explore these multidimensional universe. She actually had a bad experience with tarot, and so she kind of did poo-poo it for a little while. So that was really interesting when I started meeting people in this community, and that's what they did. And I just chatted with them about it, and I got it. It made sense. It's like, just another tool that could be abused like anything else out there. So those who are like, that is devil's work, everything is. And alcohol. So how do you use it? Oracle cards. That's my first question. The difference between tarot and oracle cards. Oracle cards are a message you get, right? From the actual card. You look up. But isn't that tarot too? Oh, I can't wait to ask them all that. Mirror gazing was the thing for a while. Was it? That was like the one I think I was telling you guys when I was looking in the mirror and I saw the elf and like the fae kind of elementals. I had a moment with the mirror there. Unless you're talking about like Bloody Mary. That scared the bejesus out of me at sleepovers. I didn't like the sleepover stuff. Jane, I remember you talking about the Ouija on your first sleepovers. I was the friend at sleepovers who always pretended to be asleep because I didn't want to participate. I think the only one I liked was light as a feather, stiff as a board, because you could always tell who was cheating and trying to lift up. We never got to get anything going, but scrying is using water to see what's going on. Oh, cool. Maybe you said that before. I feel like you said that before. Oracle is more personal messages. That makes sense. So the deck I should say decks. My daughter was gifted like fairy. They're first. My friend was like, I think these are for you, and they're these beautiful fairy and woodland creature, a deck, a tarot, and an oracle card set. But I watched her gravitate towards them, and then my friend's like, oh, actually, I think they're for her. So she gave them to her. So I want her to know the right ways to use them, because I think it's a lovely tool. Again, used in the right way, especially for a teen, just to ask questions. I know there's going to be so many naysayers, but I just don't care anymore. So, what's next after that? A week from today, isn't today Thursday? A week from today, it's the 20th. I'll be going live. Dang it, I have to check the time. I think it's 11 a.m. Pacific. But with Barry Littleton and Jessica Jones, and we're going to do a synaptic circle on old school 80s drive-in movie cryptids or drive-in stories. Like there's a few haunted stories I have, and as well as the cryptids you'd find from the drive-ins. It's ready. I made lunch real quick. We're on our own summertime, man. What's lunch? 3 p.m. And then we'll have dinner after the water polo. So yeah, that's some fun stuff. And then right after that, so the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, I will be volunteering at Disclosure Fest. So, oh, it's so much better. Oh, I wanted to show it so bad, but not yet because Marching Part might peak. You did such a good job. That's so much better, Charlie. Thank you. Of course. But wait, with the plastic still on, will it rub the paint?
No, I won't. It's dry.
Okay.
I rubbed my finger on it. It's dry.
Oh, she did such a good job. So if you see it giant, close your ears. I got this cool like graphic painting of the family, and we did put our cat who transitioned on there. But I had two in my cart to purchase. It's a canvas, and one I was like, everybody was right, but the cat had black in it. Our cat did not have black in it. The other had the right cat, and I forgot to take that one out. I basically bought and received barely. I got that one, and I was like, that's not him. I was like, oh, I ruined it. No time to exchange it or anything. And so my daughter just painted over it. And I'm like, she corrected it. So it looks so much better now. I can't wait to share it. It's going to be really cute. So it's our little Popschwalga family painting. I like Jessica Jones too. Her channel is popping. I tell you. Roger Blair. Hi, Roger Blair. I mean, I'm good at it. I swear she was under 1,000 when I joined subscribers, and I remember her cranking out content like nobody's business. And I knew she was a mother too. And I was like, how is she doing this? But this is her passion, not just making the content, but she hones in on exactly what she talks about. And I mean, she's the Southern Belle. I mean, she's not even a belle. She's just fabulous. She's a warrior chick. She's kick-ass. And I adore her. Unlike me with my content all over the place. Let's talk about addiction. Now let's talk about tarot. I just like talking. Jessica's reeled it in on exactly on her niche, and she's owning it, and she's the queen of it. And I love it. I freaking love it. I have not met her in person yet. I was dying to not long ago. I was going to try to get out to Spaced Out Radio party. And then hopefully I'll run into her at some point this year. I feel like it'll happen. I just want to give her a hug. I love her. I love her demeanor. I think she's super home, personal, cozy, and she keeps it real. So I loved watching her. I mean, she was already big, but watching her blow up even more. Oh, he's there. Swing. Hi, Castle Dude. I mean, you just blew the lid off me. So I was just like, I might as well just keep gabbing. No, how are you? I know. How are you? No, nice to see you. Mr. Zanny. Mr. iOS himself. Nice to see you. Holy smokes, what? 16, 18 years later? When was that? 2006, 7, 8? Nice to see you, hun. And I'm glad to see, I don't know what channel you're writing from, my old Heidi Pop page or my new page. But my new one I'm pretty busy at, so come say howdy over there. Good to see you. And yes, I call people out on this. That's why people are very brave when they write in the chat, because I will say their name. And some just lurk. Oh, that's so you guys are so funny. Hi. You know, I love that. You guys taught me that. Even when they're just like, hi, so-and-so, hi, so-and-so. It's all algorithm work. So thank you for that. You're on Rebooted. Sweet. Yeah, that was a little tamer. I learned my lesson on the other one. My other one is chugging along. I'm just going to leave it there and just play once in a while on it. 7 million in the chat, Castle Dude. Well, you know, I have another platform here. I do go to Twitch. That's where my daughter watches me. And it's actually 9 million. So, yeah, I'll put that link there, Mr. Castle Dude. If I think all of you I've seen in the chat so far have been on there. What? We're teasing, not million. Yeah, she's correcting me because I'm lying. I'm not. Yeah, we're just teasing. We add million to everything. Now it's 10 million. It's 10 million, Charlie. My other platform is a nervous Twitch. Yes, Castle Dude. I've seen that. And you see, I'm on my laptop, so I got to figure out that laptop. It takes 10 years off me when I do it from here. So that's why I was on my phone with you, like, wow, yeah, I can see my age. Sweet. So did I say everybody? So Barry and Jessica next Thursday, Disclosure Fest. We'll see what goes down. I already know a couple people that are coming in that I've met before that are going to be guests, so I'm excited to see them. And, you know, I've interviewed Laura Eisenhower before on my other channel. I used to do Raising Starseeds. And I've met her at several conferences and conventions before. I've known her for a few years, so it'd be nice to run into her again. So we're going to see what happens there. I'm still surprised they're doing it Castaic. That just cracks me up. I think because it's so close to where Jimmy Church lives. He lives closer to Palmdale. I think like Hughes-ish. I'm speculating, but according to some of the posts and lives when I used to follow, and I actually have. Here's my last Context of the Desert was 2018, and I remember I got a fade to black shirt, and I still wear it all the time. And they were calling me a fade or not, and I had no idea what the hell that meant. And I was like the screaming whistler person during his live show. And they thought I was like the psycho fan. And the reality was I was paying attention. I was paying attention to the big hitters with 1,000 people in the audience. and, everyone wanting to see these speakers. And Jimmy Church had every single speaker on for like 20 minutes each. So they came in and the room fit only like 40 people maybe. So I'm like, I can either sit through 4 days of this or watch Jimmy Church episode and get everybody on rotation. So everyone went through. I'm like 5 rows from them getting this energy read. And I was like, hey folks, I just like summarize this whole experience through this episode with Jimmy Church and watch. And I did watch him sometimes. There's some people resonate, and some I think he's just a fabulous interviewer. Here's one of those lives that's going to have a freeze frame that's going to get me in trouble, so I'm going to watch it. Where's Juan when I need him? Where are you, Juan? Area 51. I scared him off before, but there's some others there that are championed a lot, and I'm sorry I don't do pyramid schemes. So I just caught myself because I got a reflection of what I just did. So anyway, I'm super excited to be holding it down for Castaic. And since I've been so non-discreet of where I am, we're in Santa Clarita Valley. I live in Santa Clarita Valley. So there you go. And yes, it's Los Angeles. We're not 40 minutes outside of Los Angeles. We're actually in LA County. We are still in Los Angeles. We're just in the Santa Clarita Valley. So I am excited to see the peeps that I know online and the people that I've met before in person. And when I've done these things, this would probably be the 5th kind of event that I've helped at. I love it because I'm a helper. So even if I wasn't helping, I was attending, I'd be the one saying, are you okay? Do you want to need a bottle of water? I'd pick something, throw it away. So why not just be officially a helper? And so I'm excited to do that. Yeah, it's really dawning on me what's happening. So that's that. Then we cut to, it's really hard to lock down. We have Mary Rodwell in Oz, and I'm trying to time it with 2 other fabulous ladies, Nancy Thames and Maisha Johnson. And as 4, we're going to connect, and either it's going to be June 25th or sometime in July. And we're trying to lock down those time changes because that might happen right after Disclosure Fest. If it doesn't, I'm going to fit in a few more human experience hangouts. I know Mr. Drago Reed, I'm supposed to connect with him and pick a time and a date. I have Jason Frank. I'm going to get Alex Patout on again, and Michael Kopf, I miss him. So we're going to all chat again, and I'm going to get more one-on-ones going on with them. And then I go to VidCon. The kids and I were cashing in on a Christmas gift, and the kids and I are going down to Anaheim, and we are going to attend VidCon. And if you don't know what VidCon is, it's like Comic-Con, but for YouTubers and online content creators. So my kids are going to hustle and meet people that they like to watch. I'm going to hustle. I set myself up with a few meet and greets with some creators. I have a bunch of questions. I want to see what can happen and go to the next level. I want to see how to generate some, I'm just going to ask all the tough questions, and I'm going to sit in on it. And yeah, I'm going for the kids. Kids are really going to have a good time. And meanwhile, I'm like researching the whole schedule. I'm like, we're going to go here and then we're going to go here. So it should be really fun. And honestly, I really want to share his name because some might know him, but I do have a mentor meeting set up with somebody. He's in the comedy world, and he's going to be one of the speakers there, as well as doing these mentor meetings. So, but I'll just going to share it and get it and have the picture. We're going to take a picture and I'll share that. And then you're like, no way. But he's funny by just doing this. Now you'll know who I'm talking about. If you do. Tell me if you know who I'm talking about. Hi, Chris Pine. How are you? Nice to see you. Hello to Facebook. It's you. You're the mentor. Always, Neil. You're the mentor. You're my sensei. Boy, I've been fiddling this ring the whole time. So I think that was all my June juicy bits that I want to share. VidCon's going to really take us to the end of the month, right? 30 days, half September, April, May, June, November. Is that 30 days? Yeah, I think that's it. So then we hit July, and then I got mods and CVB. I mean, I overbooked my June in a good way. I don't mind double dip days because, like I said, if I go to VidCon, now I got some content to share. They're mostly young whippersnappers and stuff. So when I found this one comedy person's going to be there who's my age, and another woman, a teacher and a mom, I'm like, oh, okay, there's some adults doing this too, not just kids trying to find Mr. Beast, who's not going to be there. And who's the other one? I was going to ask them who's the ones they wanted to see, because they get to set up the little meetings too. They do meet and greets. And if any kids are creating their own channels, gaming channels or whatever, I'm fine with that with screen wise when it comes to the kids, because they're being creative. They're thinking as a business perspective, like how they can do something bigger with something and what messages they want to get across. So I'm just like, why not? And the fact that it's like was paid and done in December and all I did get is food, it feels like a free trip. But it's not really. That's the trilogy movie, Double Dip Patty. That's a naughty movie. That sounds like the back end of the store there. Trilogy, that was the name. Is that the name of that movie with that little freaking goblin gremlin with the sword that slit ankles? Oh my god, I still lift my feet up for that. I just did. Is that Trilogy? That movie Trilogy? It was like an 80s movie. Oh, that haunted me. I had a babysitter that had me watch all that kind of stuff. It scarred me to death. Like all of that stuff. And I don't do scary movies. I don't, even my son, if he hears the trailer or the song to a start of a movie, he's out. He flies out the door. He's done. Absolutely not. So June is busy in that sense, and those to-dos, the Disclosure Fest VidCon to-dos. The rest is going to be silly and fun. Meeting people in town and doing a lot more of these. Not just me, but a lot of one-on-ones. People, I think, have been more interested in doing with me a one-on-one more so than the Synaptic Circle. But I am going to keep those going because Terry B made me a trailer and I want to use it. He made my intro. Got to get Terry B and the boys on again. So yeah, I'll just be playing online this summer. What are your summer plans? What's happening over there? And Neil, we didn't talk about it. I didn't want to ask you on yours, but are you still going the direction that, you were thinking of? In an up and away kind of way? That makes sense? Is my music still on? This whole time the music's on. Sorry about that. Oh, I kind of liked it though. Huh? It wasn't distracting. Nobody said a word. Coulda, shoulda, woulda left it. It's that dance pop gets me every time. Oh, good for you. Awesome, Neil. Well, let's do a side chat on that. I figured that might not have been something you wanted to talk about, so on there, and that's why I didn't ask you. So I'm asking you publicly here, and now making people go, "What the hell is she talking about?" So awesome. Well, good for you. I want to see what happens. The music was awesome. Oh, I can put it back. I'll lower it because it is kind of jazzy, isn't it? And I'm like that. I'm with the same thing every time. And I've never even tried listening to some of this other music. I love the dance pop one and I stuck to it. Same thing happens to me when I go to restaurants or find something I like. I get it every single time. So it's kind of boring-ish, isn't it? Here, we'll put it back on, Jane. Why not? And where are we at? 3333. Yeah, I'll head in a bit. Is it even on? There it is. Why not? So that was that. That's what's been happening. And that's what's going to happen. And bless their hearts, Matthew and Aurora, because we were doing more of a patriotic one this weekend, right before Father's Day. And then I was going to reel in some of my Divine Masculine to do like a Father's Day episode. And nothing was aligning. And I had asked Matthew and Aurora a long time ago. And when they chimed in, I was just like, well, actually, what about in a couple days? And so they were down and I'm like, sweet, that's going to be fun because I do have some burning questions and might as well ask publicly on the air. So, yeah, and if any of you have any questions with that stuff, you'll be there. I'll see you there. So that's what's happening. I thought I had another round of school stuff to share because I did share what a Debbie Downer was. Oh, I was supposed to share something sad before. Oh, yeah. This was my little care share of this moment. And I started off this whole thing, if you came in late, talking about how my kids are starting water polo at the park district, how my little dude's got a little soccer thing he's going to do. And of course, my daughter's still involved with the horses. But what I was going to say is, and I had to let this go, forgiveness of self. I have to forgive self. What I let go is the past. Because when they were young and as they were growing, either I was working too hard, and the times that I wasn't working, I crashed just as hard, if not harder. And I was in full recovery mode between every job because it was so taxing on my body as well as mentally. And I would just burn out. So I think the mom guilt I have had of not having them do extracurricular activities because I couldn't do it. I couldn't take them there. Heaven forbid, I'd have to socialize with a stranger because that's all I did on set. Like, I shut down. So unfortunately, they did too. That's why I wound up starting hosting these huge events because I couldn't get myself anywhere. So I would have people come to me. But then there they are, lost in the distance, or watching the dog in the back room so he didn't eat everybody. Or it was not us working together, or me saying, wow, they're really picking up this skill. I should get them in a park district of things, see if they can explore it more. I physically, mentally, and emotionally couldn't do it. I was total depressed. And I was manic because I'd be going high to get through the work and, follow your bliss. I practiced all the good stuff, but then I would crash. I also, until I stopped drinking, really, you can't maintain that balance. So they suffered for it. So the fact that even my instincts, like, yeah, let's do it, I'll take you. I'm like, wow, I haven't done that for a long time. Maybe the past 2 years, yes, but this is a point that I haven't shared in 2 years, which is I wasn't physically able to do that for them before. I mean, we even missed kids' birthday parties or holiday events because I physically and mentally could not put myself there. And they suffered for it. I'd always be like, da 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 da. Well, let's have, pizza movie night, or, I made something fun happen at home. But at the same breath, I was like, they missed out. They missed out on social engagements and practicing how to be good in social situations and making friends because I couldn't do it. So that sucks. That's a side of parenting that's not talked about enough. Ooh, that would be a good circle. And so I forgive myself because I was in survival mode. I was in survival mode for far too long. And where we are, it's so conducive to family time and family events. They have so many beautiful opportunities that are close to home. And yes, even when I go to the horse place, sometimes a new mom would show up and I'd be like getting ready for small talk. Like, are they friend or foe? Do they believe in chemtrails or not? Like, you just don't know. And I relax. And I'm so much more sure of who I am these days that it just flows. And I remember this isn't about me. It's about them. And yeah, I'm so much happier to be in that kind of place than, oh my God, they want to do what? That means I got to take them where? I can't. So yay. Cheers to growth. Cheers to growth, even in my 49 3/4 years young. Hi, Pancho. Did someone say mental? How are you? Nice to see you again. We're all in the same little path, aren't we? I love this. We're all supporting one another, and we're just entertaining one another as we blab. So thanks for entertaining my blabs. I did advert a bunch of shows that are coming up, as well as babble. So I was really sitting on that for a bit. I'm like, I have to share that. I have to share the authenticity of the crippling part of being a mom in survival mode. How your kids are the ones that suffer that. They didn't say I'm suffering, and they didn't say why are we missing out. But you know it. I knew it. I was like, God, why did I do? So now I'm like, what do you want to do? Let's go there. Let's do that. Let's go. Here we go. We're going to do that. And I'm proud of myself. And I'm really proud of them for hanging in there this whole time. Oh, these little niceties. But to answer your question, Pancho, did someone say mental? Yes. And the mental one is me. I do like that little background. So anyway, does anyone know anybody that's going to come out to Disclosure Fest next weekend? Does anybody know anybody that's going to be here? I probably said too much earlier. But it's fun because there's a group now, Facebook group for the volunteers. So now I'm noticing all the people that subscribe to that live in the area that I didn't know. And, I checked some of them out, and, the ones that we have so many mutuals, it's kind of cool. It's like the tribe grows, you know, but you have to meet people and get that kind of read from them and see what that's like. And when I'm off the clock there, not while I'm on, I think they're 6-hour shifts. I can't remember. And they actually offer the vegan catering there. It's really sweet. During the off times, I was going to live, like try to share some stuff from there. It just depends. Patricia! Mwah, mwah, mwah. How are you? Congratulations on your graduate. I loved your photos and everything. And there's my pal Patricia. Nice to see you, sweet cheeks. Are you home? Did you and Melina get home? She's like the epic warrior mother. She's the Jessica Jones of mothers. She's just tops in my book. And I'm so proud of you with all the baking and all the stuff you've been doing. That's really cool. And Seth's all coming home. He said goodbye. He's on his way. Not from here, but he said goodbye to us in text. So he's on his way. And I think he has a show tomorrow. So I hope you get to dance your little tushy off with Seth tomorrow. Nice to see you, Patricia. And I'm still doing it. Patricia is one of my dearest pals who in the very beginning in 2020 encouraged me to do this, to vlog and stuff. She's also who I went to ECETI with. So we have those stories in tail. All those stories. Talk about get a read on somebody when you meet them personally. She knows what I'm talking about. We call vegan menu sides. Yes. Yeah, they're going. I don't think it's one of those events where, like, I've worked jobs. Who is it? Katy Perry, Billie Eilish. Even what's his name from Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars. We used to do his videos too. And those gals, they did their videos. They'd be vegan sets. So they'd have vegan catering. And my poor giant, when he's worked on vegan sets, the caterers feel so bad for him. They'll bring him to the side of the truck and hand him some meat and stuff. Because he's like, this isn't gonna fill me up. Yeah, some venues go through that. I'm sure that's the only kind of vendors they're gonna have there, but they also offer hospitality to the people who are working it. So that's really cool. And you know what? I adore vegan food because they're such a pain in the ass to make. I'm sorry, but that is a lot of prep work, a lot of chopping and dicing, and a lot of knowledge. I mean, I had vegan directors I worked for. It's a lot of prep. The reason I liked working for vegan directors is they always give me an assistant because you're prepping food so much. You have to break down the veggies and things. So when it's prepared well by an actual chef, it's awesome because I know I'm never going to do it at home. My giant doesn't eat vegetables. My kids have 2 they like, and I did that because I didn't expose them enough when they're young. And we rely on supplements for that. And yeah, at least we all like the same spinach and stuff. Sides with butter. Yeah. That's how people would be on set. So like Katy Perry, she'd, vegan and holistic and probiotics in her trailer and everything. And then she's hoarding beef jerky in my crafty room. And I'm like, I see you. Let's see what you're doing. 30 Seconds to Mars did my Facetune of 2007. What do you mean? Like MySpace? Did you have a song on there? Oh, are you spoofing 30 Seconds? Your favorite tune. Keep reading, Pop. Yeah, you know what? I remember him from, and some may remember, what's that show in the 90s with what's her face? You all know now what I'm talking about, right? I think it was one word. It was like high school drama stuff, and he was starring that. And yeah, I loved that show. I can't remember the name of it, but it was great, and I loved it in the 90s. Anyway, his passion was always music, so he didn't just fall into music from acting, but his first choice was music. And my gals who worked it, everyone enjoyed working with him. He was actually quite kind. But I did used to tell my assists, I go, look for signs of cannibalism. Because most vegan sets see that. Yeah, I say too much. No, not Glee. Not Saved by the Bell. That was mine. I'm just kidding. No, what was it? It was drama. It was like a lot of drama. It was drama. And Claire Danes was the gal in it. And that was her love interest because he was the bad boy. Someone will remember. Someone remember that one. I don't remember it. Gosh, it was good. It was good. No, not 90210. That was my other one. Valerie Days. No, not Clarissa Explains All. Not Beverly Hills 90210. It was more, it was not Aaron Spelling. Shoot, I can picture it. I can picture them in the street and leaning against a car. Hey, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. I got to say that right the first time full. TKB. That's why they call you TKB then, right? Nice to see you guys. I'm messing with my algorithms. Neil got me on a super high today. I just went live with him, and then I figured I might as well. I'm going to be MIA tomorrow and Sunday, so thought I'd get my live in this week to share diarrhea of the mouth and brain and not censor myself and get in trouble. So I have to do that once a week now. She'd be like, why did I say that? Yeah, and that's how I think I bit my tongue a couple times already this time. So it's better than usual. Thanks for messing with my algorithms. I'll definitely go live from VidCon too. I think that's going to be funny. Based on the ads I've seen and some of the little like years gone prior, holy stimulation, overstimulation, overload. Like I ordered some Highland stress gummies, which is like theanine and lemon balm and, you know, all these calming herbs. Cause I'm just going to be like there's just going to be so much stimulation for like, gosh, I think it's like 9 to 9, a huge convention center. So, and then we're crashing down there too. So what is cute is one of my daughter's school buddies is going to be there. So you're supposed to, you can't, if their kids are 16 and over, they can be on their own, but you have to be chaperoning the whole time. And I knew she might want to see her buddy for a little while. So that might be good. Tongue is not vegan. No, it is not. Do you know the first time I had tongue was at a Russian wedding in Chicago and I dropped acid right before. So I had to get taken out of there basically. I didn't know it was acid. Someone's like, eat this paper, Heidi. I'm like, cool. And then later I'm at this wedding and this tongue's moving across the table and I'm crying. And I'm like, what's going on to me? And I had to leave. So that's my tongue story. I never liked it since. Poncho, where do you live? You might have said before in other threads, because I see you everywhere. I think it's the same usual suspects here. But where do you live? Yeah, and what's a tongue? Also with Armenian food, tongue is a big to do. No, thank you. St. Louis, you're in St. Louis. Look at you. Do you know the boys? Do you know Tyler and Aaron? Well, nice to see ya. I drove through last year. And then I flew there 2 years ago. Slip of the tongue, eh, Neil Castle dude? It probably goes with your t-shirt. I know this is crossing the lines here. But if anyone knows are live, I just did Neil. You know what I'm referencing. No, you don't know them? The Journey to Truth guys. Okay. They're, I don't know if Tyler's still there. But they're in, they were in St. Louis. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Nice to see you. Lisa and her daughter just started a podcast. Am I correct there? I love that. That's awesome. Congratulations. And I'm going to tune in and share. Castle Dude with his beaver. I got you. I think we got it now. We got it now, Neil. That's so cute. Awesome, Lisa. Good to hear. I just added your daughter too. I was like, you guys talk about ageless. They're one of those mother-daughter teams where you're like, which one's the mother? We look like sisters. I do know Blondes and Booze, Paranormal Politics. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, you got that posse going on. Well, we got to stay on Carol and Jane, man. Guess not this summer. Maybe we can manifest by next summer or sometime, maybe 2025. Get that little gathering going. Because I think that would be so cool to do over there. And you're welcome, Lisa. That's really sweet. Yeah, my mom, I just was chatting with. I couldn't believe when she said it. I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? About, she's not 80, but this year she's going to be 74. And in other words, she looks 50. And then my gram, who passed last year because she wanted to, she gave up. She was done. She was done because she hit 101 and went out dancing with martinis. So she was fine, but she was done. And then as soon as she said she was done, within 2-3 months, she was done. And she transitioned, but she was 101 and she would go to the courts to work out. And she said her little boyfriends there thought she was in her 70s. So we were going to throw her a surprise like 100th, or I think it was when she hit 90, we were going to throw her a surprise one. And she was pissed because she's like, no one knows my exact age. Don't ever say that. And we're like, Grandma, you were born and raised here. And you cursed everybody who drives like a maniac. Everybody knows you. Everybody. It's a small town in Illinois. And so she was feisty little thing. Feisty little thing. The Midwest Convention. Boom. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Give like a year notice. We get that merch going. And time of year where people can camp. That would be so cool. Get Mr. Castledude out. Get that passport going. Line it up so he can hop around to a few things. That's so cool. And when there, we can go check out some of those places, Carol and Jane, you were telling about, you know, the mounds and all that stuff. I've been to Cahokia. I went there 2022. It was just the gal I used to do Raising Starseeds with, and my friend Tanya and I. And we had these out-of-body experiences. Like, I've never been moved by clairaudience that I hear, or things that I could pick up on. I've never gotten to be moved by tears and shaking so much as there. It really tripped me out there. And I don't know, I didn't watch the documentary from Tyler and Aaron yet, but I want to see what everybody else's research and remote viewing and all that is about that place. But I know the experience I had, and I'm kind of sticking to that for now, because that was pretty intense and had a lot to do with mothers being buried over here and children being buried over here. And that drove me. It was so difficult. It was so difficult. Oops. Hey, Elena, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, you're all good. I did it again, though. I mean, I felt like 5 minutes and it's 50 minutes. So 1 hour I'm popping off. Just saying. Now, whether I pop off in a pop kind of way or I probably skedaddle. I've been talking a lot. I was just on, Elena, if you haven't seen it, Castledude and I just did a live. So he got my chops wagging and I'm like, I got to keep going. No, I did want to advert a couple times because I have a really late Synaptic Circle advertisement going out right after this, and it's for Saturday. And I really want to generate some fun audience for that. You guys will have a good time. It's going to be about tarot. 3 p.m. Pacific. And I did it again. And Neil, 7 a.m. I'm going to be in my jammy jams. Now I just have to pick which one. I have my fun alien onesies, which I'll wear to the Midwest Convention. But I have my Care Bears. So I might have to wear some Care Bears. So 7 a.m. Saturday morning, which is 3 p.m. in the UK. Neil's going to be doing another castle tour. And our buddy Alex Patoot and I are going to ask a million questions and have some shites and giggles. Or as Neil would say, some squirts. It's such a trip reading and then doing this. I'm like, oh. Castledude, what area? Yeah, your town, Market. Oh, I'm already getting brain fried. That's why I know I'll be off at some point. What's it? Market Square, Market District. Where are you, Castledude? Oh, but which castle do you mean? I think he's going into Wales. You got to do the game show wave. I'll do that when I'm leaving, Neil. I'll let my wings flap. The game show wave. Inside joke. Kind of, sort of. You got to watch what Neil and I did just a little bit ago versus sports. Okay, now we're Market Drayton. I knew there was a market in there. But you don't say it like Chirk Castle. Don't you say it without the CH? Isn't it Kirk Castle? That it's spelled that way? Yeah, you sent me a linky link. I'll share that below. That's going to be fun. That's the one I think he said last time he was there, the dungeon was closed. But this time, is it not? I don't know. We'll get you in there. Neil, doesn't that mess up your tights? Ooh, Jane slides in with the good one. When you're sliding in the first, you feel a sudden burst. Tell me you know that one. That's a good one right there. Yeah, that castle one's going to be very fun. And it's early. I told him I really don't care what time. I want it convenient on his end. And I've done that before. I've talked to people. Gosh, what was the craziest hour one I did? What's the gal from, oh gosh, freaking Jennifer. My brain's now. I think this is my closure soon. She's in the UK. She's a massive following. We had her on Raising Starseeds, but it was like a 4 a.m. for me. And I did it because I was like, yeah, I get it. They have a very packed schedule. We got to get them when we can. And I didn't mind it one bit. You start your day like that. So I'm fine with that. 7's nothing. Not when I have my mushroom coffee. Eat more protein. Apparently your market is selling foul food. Uh-oh. It goes through the tights. Oh, jeez. You've been in mom world. You've had the explosions that go through the tights, up the back, all around, up to the neck. They're colors that you didn't know existed. Chunky. I've been through it all. This wasn't shirts or anything, but I think one of my craziest ones was being an exhausted mom, flying like I did, like 3 times a year with 2 babies to the Midwest. And it was a later flight. I thought at night, I think it was a red eye maybe even, because I thought, oh, they'll sleep. It doesn't work like that. And I was so tired, I packed in my carry-on only swimmers, like swim diapers. And if you know what those are, the water can't come in, but it just goes, or which way does it do? Swimmies. Basically, they're useless for going to the bathroom. So I changed my kid into that, and the whole, like, I had another 2.5 hours or something to go. It was just wet after wet after it wasn't wet. She was a lap baby, and she just kept going and going. And I stood up at the end just covered, smelling like piss. And I'm like, wrong diaper. Wrong diaper. Of course, no other diapers, no other babies on board. And I didn't think to ask the stewardess because, again, survival mode. I had to handle everything, but that was awful. So, but at that big shardy one, that did happen to my little man. Oh, at a pumpkin patch. Yeah. Thank goodness we were at a farm. But, oof, when that stuff started creeping out the sides. Okay, I'm getting a little bit much here, but any of my parents out there, you know what I'm talking about. Those shardy pants are no joke. Hi, Moon. How are you? Nice to see you, Moon. Moon, I was just on Castle Dude. I don't think we saw you on there. Go take a peek. It's a good shite and giggle. And you'll get me from another angle and you'll really see my age. Just kidding. Like a scene from Airplane, totally. Totally. And oh gosh, when was that? 2021 was our flight from hell, the kids and I, and we do not want to fly anymore. We'll make it work. I really do like a little melatonin or like a stress gummy to chill me out so I can do it. But these guys have such a, like, we'll just drive. And like sometimes, guys, we're going to have to fly. We're going to have to get out there quick, and we're going to have to not use up our vacation time driving. We got to get there. So we have to get used to this. So, and I'm definitely not sharing stories of Boeing. Hello to you, peeps. Well, Moon, I'm 2 more minutes. I'm out. I know I say that, but I really have been talking a long time. And so what was that I wanted to share? So I don't know how you all feel about Scientology, but I really enjoyed having that conversation with Shannon from Chicago, and you might want to check it out. I said it earlier in this, Moon, you just got here, but I've had experience within the Scientology buildings, things that didn't line up. And after I watched the documentary and docuseries on the organization, it made sense why I felt the way I did and why I ran into the walls that you can turn and find hallways and all that kind of stuff. So, check out that conversation with her last night. She has a really lovely channel. And then I'm going to fit in Mindy whenever she can. She's caring for her mom, and I'm giving her space and grace for that. But I'm so excited to chit chat back and forth with her. And both of those ladies I met through Garrel. So Garrel, thank you for hooking me up with them. Mindy's in town. When she comes back to LA, I should say, she's with her mom right now. I'm going to go check out, like when she's live streaming, I'm just going to drive down there and just be like, hello, and say hi to her in person. She's someone who exudes through the camera. You can just tell just how ooey gooey sweetness she is and kindness. And I've chatted with her on the phone and we've had exchanges, and she's just lovely as can be. So I want to have that energy exchange in person, which I know will still be authentic, but also just vibe with her. She seems like a sister from another mister. So we're going to chat very soon. Anything over, where'd that go? Anything over a 6-hour drive, I start looking for tickets. I hear you. Do you know last year, I don't think I knew you yet, we went on a 16-state road trip. And we had the time, and the strike was going on. So we were gone. We did a month tour, but we stayed at friends in Arkansas, and we stayed with my mom and her fella, and then we stayed at my sister's for over a week. So we did jump around, but it was really cool. And we left the day after my hubby was it when he's sworn in? No, he wasn't sworn in there. That was winter when he got his certificate to be an American citizen. I'm like, okay, let's go see the country. And we left. And it was one of my favorite trips. It's so hard to leave your house doing something like that. You know, we had pets. We had a sick cat who was dying and a dog, and we had amazing friends that helped with pet sitting. But it is a lot of stress. And when you're driving away, you're like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Like, we're gone. And we did Route 66, like all the way as far as we could go, really. And did this big, we did miss Devil's Tower though. It was just this detour. And I have been there before though. And we did like the monuments and everything. And I loved the Dakotas. I would love to get to Montana. I love it up there. I love how, gosh, where were we? Was it Wyoming? Where it was like 10 o'clock at night at the hotel and the sun was still setting. I mean, it was talk about the horizon. It was vast. It was so cool. I wish everybody could see the country like that from a car or a bike or a train or whatever. But we were like, yeah, we're not going to fly. And then we're like, we want to see the country. So this year when I had a chance to go with my kids, I told them, I go, we're going to probably have to fly. And I know. And then I'm like, don't worry, I'll give you sleep gummies or something. And I'm like, we got to, make it work. And then it just didn't work in general. So they're like, whew. And now we're just filling up the summer with park district stuff, which is the best. So I think that's my whole conversation. And I just circled back to the beginning and put it in a bow. We gave our young kids Dimetap on a trip from England, made it. Yeah, I get that. I would do melatonin or those Highland stress gummies just to chill a little bit. I mean, I'm telling you, the flight we were on coming from Florida was traumatic. It was traumatic. I was having a panic attack for 5 hours because it was soon after we took off. They all say, oh, that happens. It's turbulence. I go, but the things were opening. People were throwing up. Like, luggage was flying. Even my giant was scared. Like, that wasn't normal. But the creepiest bit of the entire thing is the captain never came on the overhead. Ever. And when the steward and stewardess, I swear were robotics, when they were going by, it was like nothing was happening. And meanwhile, there's someone throwing up next to my husband. And I was like, I've been flying my entire life, multiple times a year. And that was something I'd never experienced before. And I was like, hell no, trauma. And what was interesting is I broke out in Hail Mary. Like, I started doing this. I grabbed hands and I just started I kept saying, no, this isn't happening. And then I just started going, Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord, and saying it. I'm like, where did this come from? I didn't even know I knew this. And I was praying and chanting and called in my dad. I'm like trying to call in things. I'm leaving a spiritual conference and family. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And so that experience and the people I was with, not my family, because I meant to see my pop family and they're angels on earth. I was at a conference and there was some engagement I had. And the only 2 times in my life that I feared my life happened to have been when I interacted with some of these similar people. So I'm like, what's going on here? It's total speculation, but can't help but dot connect. But that was the plane from hell. So, and considering all the stuff that's in the news lately, I mean, if I can avoid it, I will. Oh my goodness. Hi, Kira. How are you? I just saw you there. Nice to see you. Hi. Aw. I'm so happy you're here. I am going to pop off soon, but I'm happy you're here. I was sharing that you might enjoy. I'm going to be with Neil giving a tour Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific of the castle, as well as 3 p.m. Pacific Saturday with Matthew and Aurora. We're going to do some tarot. We're going to talk about tarot. So come play there. I won't be online much tomorrow or Sunday, so I wanted to gab a bit. Oh, I got behind here. Awesome sauce. I love that. Thank you. All's okay other than a bad fall earlier today. I'm okay other than bruised. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry, Kira. That sucks. Oh, how'd you take a fall? Did you trip or was this? Oh, sorry, love. Devil's Tower does look like a tree stump. Yeah, I'm going to say it is. I did when I was there, and then the research I did for it, so my kids were researching it too, researching as we were road tripping. There's that walk around the basin, and it's got these little flags, and Native Americans talk about that they're, protecting it because there's so much tourist activity. There's so much speculation, and sure, it can be a landing pad. Sure, it can be all the things. But yeah, it sure as hell looks like one big tree stump with the roots coming out. Love taking trains. We have not done that yet, Kira. You know what I really want to do is do the coastal tour. We go to Ventura Beach all the time. That's the one we're closest to, really. We used to be right by Malibu. But I love seeing that train go up and down. I'm like, God, that would be a fun trip. Take it all the way up, or I'll take a train anywhere. I'll take a train. What do the tattoos say? Oh yeah, I'm a latent tattooer life. I was considering more actually. Well, what was my first is my neck. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one. Can you see it? This guy. I got that before kids. And it's kanji. And yes, I asked a Japanese person. But there's like 13 or 14 symbols for trust. And this one happens to be about trusting your intuition, trusting your guidance. So that was a big one for me at that point in my life. I was leaving a really huge part of my life, like one where most people sign on the dotted line, if you know what I'm talking about. And I wound up going, I don't care who these people are. I've got to trust my gut and go this way. And I went the other way. And I'm glad I did. And then after that, I did this one. It's 25/7. And that's from Dan Millman. Have you heard Dan Millman? He did The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. This is my working number. So if you add my birthday up, all the numbers, and then I opened that book. A friend gave it to me when I moved to LA, November 2000. I opened it and it's only 5-6 pages per number, and I was just like, ugh. It was every sentence was like, holy crap, there's an eye in the sky, and they wrote this book because it was just like, how do they know me so well? So it just resonated so much. And of course, one of the biggest lessons with number 7 has to do with trust. So I'm starting to pick up on my habits. Then I think I did my Popeye, my anchor, because my pop, and I love Popeye. Obsessed with Popeye since a kid. And then I think these came next. These are my kids' birthdays in Armenian. Can you see that? It's August. I can't say it. August 10/10 and their other birthday. And then my cat Scar from my cat Jack who passed. He scarred me right soon after I got the tat. And I'm like, leave it. It looks cool. And then my dad's signature. After my death, the giant gave this to me. After my dad passed, and then soon after I met my giant. Online first. We were introduced, I should say. I worked with his cousin, and his cousin hooked us up. And so we started talking, and he'd heard my story and what I went through with my dad and all that kind of stuff. He came out to visit. And then when he came out the second trip, which was the whole month of December, when we fell in love, he said he wanted to get his first tat. He's a Leo, and he got a big lion on his arm. He said, you've always wanted, your dad's signature. Why don't you try to get it? And my sister had his things, so she took a screenshot, and that sweet little young tattoo dude did the best he could. And it looked so much better than what it was on the license. It looked so good. But I wanted that there. And I might do a come on pop here, because I always say that, when things get tough, I'm like, come on, pop. That's my psych myself up thing. Those are all of them, right? Yeah. So those are my tats. So this was my last one, and that was 2018. So it's been a minute. And I did it so you don't see them, and then you do this. We have we have a couple educators at school with sleeves and stuff. It's not poo-pooed in the teacher realms. It's sacred art. And I know it's also another term. Look at that. I went over again. It's another term another thing people fight about, right? Don't put that in your body. And I get it. And I get there's clean ink. But more than anything, I get the power of the mind. And I know when I catch glimpse of these things that I work so hard to narrow down and be specific about, and really this is what I want. I feel good. I feel good when I see them. I feel empowered. And that's what I think it's about. And I had wanted to try that one, the ancient tribal way, just to try it. So yeah, there's kind of a few in the works. And I did sometimes always think of something with the back with the kids, but I have the kids here. And this was the funny thing is I was going to get my daughters, and I felt weird. And I'm like, before I do that, I better take a test. And sure enough, I was pregnant with my little guy. So I'm like, I'll just wait for the second one and do them both at the same time. So this was an idea I wanted to do for a while. And I did pick Armenian. Their birth father was born in Armenia. So that's why that. And so, yes, it's been verified. It doesn't say like back up or, drink Coca-Cola. It doesn't say anything like that. Oh, there was a question in all caps. What'd I miss? You had the same thoughts. You mean these? The tattoos? Was that what deserved all? Okay. Yes, I'm glad you're okay too, Kira. Trip over air molecules all the time. More often they get older. They don't make air molecules like they used to. I know, right? The tripping does come a lot more, I think, as you do get older. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't go through the glass door. Holy smokes. And Kira, I noticed from the Spaced Out Radio pics, you're a tall gal, aren't you? You're stunning. Otherworldly stunning. That's why I get a sleeper car. I take Dallas to Seattle Amtrak. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Am I that far behind? This is about my flight stuff. Thank you. I was running and caught my foot on a carpet edge. Oh, dang. CBD gummies. Yes. CBD are save all for everything now. Pets. Yes. Both my pets. Total CBD drops. I know my daughter back in the day, she was doing this really crazy blinking thing. There was a lot of anxiety and nerves going on, and that helped big time. Pulled a muscle in my calf. So yes, CBD for sure. Walking into work, CBD muscle rub works wonders. Oh yeah, I am a little behind. Nice. Hopewell Farms, yes. Edwin, Eric Edwin Martin. I think I said that right. Yes, and his lovely lady. I got to meet them before. Good peeps. Hey, that'd be a good circle too. A CBD one. Fluent Japanese. It says Castle Dune was here. They're so funny. The best answers I've seen in a while. Okay. The THC cure fix remedy thing. Yep. That always helped with bring me back to one with the SADs. I've been out now, I think 2 weeks. My record is 3 months. And then I went back on, and then I ran out again. I'm like, fuck it. I'll try the summer without. You drew the short straw. Glad I did. Thank you, Howdy Pop. You asked the tats because you drew the short straw? I'm glad you guys asked. Yeah. I've always wanted to share. I never quite really shared, have I, about the tats? Hi, Timothman. I'm going to see Timothman next weekend. When are you coming up, pal? We get to meet in person. And Kira's here, too. We're going to meet at Disclosure Fest. What days are you going to be there? The pain was making me grumpy. Hi, Carol. You following me? Ooh, I am behind. My eyeballs. Moon. It's 5'11". She's 5'11". I'm still going. Robert, that's the best. I have to share that. You have to know Robert was on with Neil and I, and we started at noon. What time is it? My kids are loving this, though, because the giant, actually, he got a gig today. Like I said, he's at Universal doing a promo. And so they're like, Mom's taping. So he did all these things, and I'm still talking. Where is this simulcast? Oh, Lisa, this is on YouTube. My YouTube page, Heidi Pop. I'm also on Twitch and Rumble and X. Although I'm not on Rumble today right now. I have 2 Facebook pages. One really old page that's full of community strikes and stuff, but it's my original Heidi Pop page. And then Heidi Pop Rebooted, I think we're connected with on, and your daughter, that's Rebooted. But my YouTube is just Heidi Pop. It's at Heidi Pop LA, I believe. And Twitch, I don't even know how to find that, but I'm over there. And X too. I don't even know how to log in. I have 2 X pages. This is my Rebooted one on there. So that's where they come in. But the comments are mostly on YouTube. I'm noticing the YouTube comments. So that's where that's coming. Carpet edges are new curves. Professor, woohoo. You'll be there Friday morning, so you're coming for the whole bit. Are you camping, Timothman? Are you working? So I'll be volunteering, but I'll be there a little bit every day. And I live like 5 minutes away. You're 5'16". Are you 6'4"? 6'4" then? I'm on this hike called Heidi Smiles. It's the new. I gotta bottle it up. Oh, I have a funny bottle up story though. See, I was just saying the same thing, Kira. I'm like, he's 6'4". Well, now I'm going to get like naughty, but if Neil's still here, and it's not that kind of naughty, it's just silly potty humor. I have total potty humor. So when the giant was courting us, and us, I mean the kids and I, he'd already been here for like a big 3 week hangout. I got to meet, and I know his cousins and stuff. So kids met, we all kind of met. And I'm like, okay, he's not creepy. Like this will work out okay. He left, went back to Wales, but we talked every day. And so we sent him a Christmas gift, and we sent funny tchotchkes. But I think it was mostly to keep my kids busy. We did a glass jar, and we collected all the kids' parts. They passed gas in this jar for like 2 months. Sealed it, and I sent it to him. Like, this is what you're signing up for. You sure? Of course, I don't think it ever worked for him, but that was my first gift. So now you know why we make spoofy, funny gifts to each other. It's just what we like to do. I send farts in the mail. Whew, my class level just goes down every breath. You got a hotel nearby. I was so wondering, to Mothman, why Castaic? Well, it's in Castaic Lagoon, and it's the old part of Castaic. There's nothing pretty about it. It's an old fishing town. It's a trucker town, trucker hotels. They actually film up there a lot because it's creepy old hotels and stuff. So I'm glad. I hope you're by Six Flags. They have the newest hotels and things. And I'm so sorry. I mean, I could have put you up. I don't know if the giant would have liked that. But you'll see when you go up. I'm off Hasley there. I am a little pumped up. I'm feeling good. You guys. I wanted to chat. I wanted to share. I hope you don't mind all the bright. Neil and I were pumped before, and like I said, it's the summer of in your face. So anytime I have an opportunity, I'm going to take it. And I already broke my promise. I don't know why I'm doing that to myself. Why do that and just keep breaking my promise? Just talk till you're done talking. Wish you could come too, Kira, to Disclosure Fest. I only last went in 2019. This is not even something I go to all the time. But I when I saw where it was, I was like, oh, for heaven's sakes. Like, that's our lake. If you see pictures of us, that's where I take the kids to the lagoon to swim. That's where we take our little boat. We have a tiny little fishing boat. I mean, that's where I live. So, nutshell. Now everybody knows, and here comes the targeting. No, I'm just kidding. Not you guys. But what's interesting is the upper lake and even the lower still, there were raging fires out here not terribly too long ago. I think like 4 years ago. So not a lot of the growth came back. So it's barren. And then you got this old trucker town that I'm like, of all the places, I was so interested, like, really? Of course, I love it because it's right here. But I was really intrigued. Why? And we are still in LA. I mean, I'm part of the, they're saying they're outside of LA, but outside of downtown LA, I should say. 40 minutes outside of downtown LA. Hi, Mike Holt. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you there. How have you been, Mr. Mike Holt? Aloha Dave won tickets from Jimmy Church, and he passed them to me? No way. Oh, that's so cool. Well, congrats. Good. Yeah, most of these things I can't even bother with getting the tickets. That's why I'm like, I'll come help you. I'll throw in a t-shirt on me and then I'm there. But I think I'm going to be registration, and then I'm a stagehand. And then I think on Sunday, I'm just wherever they're going to put me. Hopefully not the parking. But I have to say, okay, so there's the lagoon side, and there's some creepy areas though too. But I bet it's going to be that side. There's camping on the other side, but if you don't have a car, you must have a bike. I don't know if it can't be the camping side because they're going to leave the fishing pier out. I'm trying to picture it. It's got to be on the beach side, and that's like little rolling park hills. Like I assume they're going to set up all over there. I assume so because the upper lake is restricted. There's no real beach up there. That's where the power boats go. That's where the oh yeah, now here goes my brain again. The dock that I do all the time, and I can't remember its name, where you put the boat in. That's up at the upper lake, which is huge. That's 3 miles by 2 miles, and it's 340 feet deep. And my hubby was just in a tournament last weekend. He got a big catfish. Dirty little thing. Both the giant and the catfish. Your mom's 5'11". Wow. You guys have some tall family genes. You're bringing company from SOR. Sweet. I can't wait. You think Rob Gee will be there? I didn't know he was so close too. I think he's by I saw him in a chat saying he's near the lake too. I think he might be in the desert too, actually. You have ET genes, but maybe. I could say that. Stunning. Stunning. You might very well. You've dated a girl 6 years older than me and only 4'9". Oh, going to the mall was a riot. Oh my gosh. Girl. She was so little. Well, my giant is 6'7". I'm 5'5", but I'm 7 years older. Yeah, Kira's from the Pleiades. I get that. Christine Lynn. I don't know Christine Lynn. I look forward to meeting her. That's some Andromedan thrown in there for sure. We'll take pictures, Kira. We'll take some pictures. I'll try to do a live when I'm off the clock and see what happens. Yeah, the last one I went to was in their Chinatown. That's where they usually were holding them. And it was a cool area. It was a cool venue. It was behind this. It was more flat and behind, but it was a pain in the ass to park. So maybe that's why they moved it. It may be cheaper too. I don't know. But of course, it's nice being on the water, but it is a dam. You know, I'm sure everybody zoomed in and saw that. I mean, it's a dam. It's a man-made thing. And then you're looking at a huge dam. So lagoon sounds so quaint, but I mean, like even when we do our little beach with our little man and stuff, it's concrete under some sand, but it's concrete under there. So, but water's water and they stock it and it's still very relaxing. I can share some pictures underneath of being out there last summer. You really do. Once you get in, you're like, okay, beautiful body of water and some land. Why not? Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you guys like that. The venue looks good. I was sitting there going, really? It's gonna be there? And then I'm like, what's about the people and all the things they bring in and the tents they set up and it's gonna be really sweet. It's good. They have so much going on too. I can't even believe it. I'm like, that's a lot. I'll bring some gummies for that. So it will be fun. It will be really fun. Yeah, and I already asked my giant, I go, can you just drop me off and pick me up? Or should I bike ride? Because I don't know if I want to deal with the parking. So we're just figuring that out. And he's like, what does that mean? Is the fishing closed? Is the lake going to be closed? I go, you can go to the upper lake, but maybe the dock is going to be closed. He does go there often. And that's where the California, the lifeguards train. They do the lifeguard training. They start with the junior lifeguards, which is really tricky. I tried to see if my kids wanted to do that last year. They're like, no, their friends did the program and it is rough. It's tough. They also have a huge fire station on there. Thank God. Because when it was all engulfed in flames not long ago, they took care of that. Saved some of the trees and things. Some of my friends are going and people I know are performing. Some amazing. I'm excited for the music too, Kara. Yeah, I'm going to get my dance on. I haven't danced with other people, I should say, in a long time. I usually dance. This is my dance floor on the other side of this wall. And along here in front of the windows. Dancing machine. Speaking of, I still got my dance pop going. That's just for Jane. Well, cool, Kira. I know I saw some people. I always go when they put an ad on Facebook or something. I go and see who's liking it. And that's how Tim Hoffman, I saw that you were there and you're like, I can't wait. I'm like, I'm going to see you there. Like I'm seeing who's responding to these adverts and then I'll know who's going to be there. I know Laura. I know some of the speakers, so I'm excited to see them again. Are you a good dancer, Poncho? Okay. Challenge you to do a dance. We'll have some fun with that. I love dancing. I really do. I was big on dance teams and stuff like that. Not like super profesh, but just fun. And by myself. So, yeah. Well, pretty soon, gotta get ready for water polo. So, okay. I didn't do 1 hour. I'll do an hour and a half. So, I got a 6-minute goodbye. So, should I start waving you? I'll start doing 6-minute goodbye. Pancho, yeah, well, he's in Missouri. So, unless, if he flies in, but What else? So then there's what about you're in Missouri? Are you going to go to any of the Florida events? It looks like Florida has a couple events this summer in July. The Disclosure Now Fest, Day of Bean. I think there's a couple things going on down there. Or do you not like the events? Or yet again, another opportunity for us to say, Carol and Jane, if you build it, they will come. And you have a slew of people that are here to help too. So no pressure. And I always think small town more the merrier. That's what Grafton was. A small town off the cuff, kind of like a paint. You have to drive a half hour to get water. No, I'm just kidding. There was a town, but we had to drive to the next town to go to a proper grocery store and stuff and stock our rooms and things. Disclosure Now in Florida looks amazing too. Yeah, I saw that. Yep. And that was a big one. I'm like, how many peeps? How many? That looks like a Contact in the Desert lineup, when they have like 40 of them or something. And I bring up Contact because it's that was one of the bigger ones. That and then the one I worked at, which was Dimensions of Disclosure. That was in Ventura in 2019. And I went there 5 days after I eloped. Even my giant's like, go ahead. I know it's what you want to do. And a dear friend of mine went and we volunteered. That was really fun. I got to meet a lot of people in person for the first time. I mean, I've been doing that for a while, so new people on the scene and things. You're taking care of your mom, so no events for me now. All in the name of love. Yeah. And that's the beauty of social media. We can live through it, through others and the sharing of photos and videos and all the, all that kind of stuff we didn't have so long ago. Speaks my age right now, but you know what I mean? Yeah, there's some good events coming. I thought there was another one in fall. I can't remember. But I know a friend of mine and I were probably going to try to get to Grafton next year. Went the first year, I missed second and third, but next year I'm like, you know what? I'll plan my play a little earlier. And actually, I have to do a Viking play. My class, we go into Norse mythology next year. So I'll plan my Viking play for winter when we're going to have an immersive play. We'll be outside in like the snow and the rain and things. That works. Oh, I have to ask my buddy Carlton is on the team of doing the. I didn't know it was on. I thought I hit airplane mode. Woo! I will ask him, Kira, because he is helping them do the tech. So they must be doing a live stream, I would think. I don't know how. I don't know if there's a main stage because there's going to be a bunch of different things. But I'll live stream from there. You went this year, Kira. I know I missed you. I went the first year. Aw. You're Carson. Is that that might be who's working with Carlton? Okay, so Carlton is my buddy. He worked at the last Alien Con. I think you were at that too, Tim Mothman. Now he does armed security, but he also works with the AV and tech. So I got excited because he's also a comedian. So he was going to be on a Conscious Comedian episode I was going to do, but he's too busy running around helping at these events. So I get to see him finally. And I met him as a PA. He was a PA with me way before I had kids. And we worked on several jobs together. And the next time I ever saw him again, and you can't mistake him because he's a little white dude with a huge fro. And I was at Conscious Life Expo in 2018, and I was watching, I think at the time, Corey and David, and I saw in front, I go, is that PA? So this would have been probably like 7 years later, 8 years later. And I saw him kind of turn. I'm like, it is him. So I went to find him. I'm like, I'll just find him after because it was already sitting and starting. And he left halfway through, but I saw him taking notes. So I found him on Facebook and I wrote him and I go, are you doing like rag mag stuff? Are you looking for stuff to shit talk about? I saw you there. He's like, oh no, I love all this stuff. I'm always going to these things. I go, no way. I go, how come we never talked about it on set? So we became online pals. He's always doing stand-up. He hosts stand-up comedy nights and does a lot out here. And then he jumps around to these things. Oh, Billy will be streaming. Okay. Hi, Aaron. How are you? What's shaking, Aaron? Aaron Moriarty. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How are you? I don't know if you heard my news a couple lives ago, but I don't think I'm going to Wisconsin this summer. We're on lockdown mode. It's more of this kind of situation. So far, that's the drill. If it's Christmas time or if it's another time, I will let you know. But I'm tell Dustin too. Kim Mothman, is that a YouTube channel? I'm not sure how it will broadcast. Yeah, I'm not either. Guys, I have a volunteer Zoom that I'm supposed to do for it, so I can ask these questions for you. One is, I think it's going to be Saturday, mid-morning, or there's one tonight, but I'll be at water polo, or next Wednesday. So one of those 2 days, I'll get information from that. You had a great reading with Aaron? Aaron does readings now, Kira? Huh. And hi, Pixie. What's happening, Laura? Oh, I can't stop now. Hi, Laura. How are you? Nice to see you, Laura. Oh, that's really cool. Well, so I'll let you guys know if I get any more information about Disclosure Fest, like the live streaming and all that kind of stuff. I should be getting information soon. I'll be working it, and I'll let you know. So, oh, Aaron, I see the question marks. Yeah. You mean why no Wisconsin? Money. We're pretty much money. And I know Martin was going to stay anyway because he has to find work when he can. But I might even have to too. So, yeah. And then the kids, they just started these Parks and Rec stuff. And they're really happy. And they're going to see their pals. So we're just laying low right now. We have I have a Disclosure Fest next weekend. And the kids and I go to VidCon the following weekend. That was already paid for. And so whether July and August can manifest, we'll see. Get Jimmy to come on your show. You mean church? I could. I could. I mean, I could ask. I don't know if you would. I don't know. I'll probably take some things offline in conversation here. Forgot to do a minivan joke. Yes, you do. Oh no, not you, Aaron. Oh, sorry. Kira has said that she did a reading with Aaron from Journey to Truth, and I was like, that Aaron is doing readings? I know he wrote a book, so I didn't know if she meant. Did she answer? A private convo, I meant. Oh, sorry. Okay. So you probably gave him one. Oh. Okay, now I know. That's my cue. Get the hook. It's time to go. No, I know, Aaron. Not you. Different Aaron. You had a great combo with him. Okay, lovely. Thank you. You know what, guys? I'm going to wrap it down. I got to get the hook. I think I've hit my limit. And got to get her. Oh, beautiful, Kira. Oh, I would love to with you as well. Where's my orchid? Oh, my orchid's upstairs. Kira gave me an orchid in 2020, and I still have it. Get Christina Gomez to come on. She's a sweetheart. Oh, I think you gave me that name before. Where did I hear that name before? Or is she coming up on somebody's? Peace in, Aaron. I'll talk to you very soon. Okay. Much love to you guys. Here comes Bo. I know. I knew it. I'm like, he senses it's time. He's like, that's enough, bitch. It's like 6 hours. Between this and the last. You said 20. I won't, Poncho. Well, first it was supposed to be 1 hour. Now I hit an hour and a half. Are you telling me I got to go to 2? No, I really won't today because that's going to cut it too close to water polo. I got to get these minions fed. So, thank you for entertaining this live with me. I might be a little MIA. That was Bo. Yes, he pops in. He's my alarm clock. I'm going to fix my hair. Which way did it go? Who cares? I'm going to, you'll see me 7 a.m. Saturday and then 3 p.m. Saturday. I'll be on Castle Dude with Neil touring a castle in the morning in my jammies. And then 3, I'll be on with Matthew Morning and Aurora Diamond Heart talking tarot. You say tarot, I say tarot. A little more to the right. Oh, thanks, Poncho. Is that better? No. It's just time to let's just go like this. Okay. So we'll see you soon. I'll see you in a week and a day to Mothman. And Laura, I hope to see you soon. And you guys are funny. Thanks, Carol. Look at you guys. I did it again. Algorithms. What algorithms? I got your algorithm right here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing with me. And I'll talk to you soon. Can't wait to see you Saturday. Smell you later, everybody. Oh, I know what. This is for Jane, everybody. Let's go out. Let's crank it up. Okay. And now the infamous wave. Goodbye. Goodbye, Neil Castle Dudes. Goodbye, all. put them on my community page. Oh, I did, Moon. I will again. Yes, I'll announce them on my community page. And not to forget, I have a Telegram that has everything I've ever done, everything I've ever been on, every taping I've done, anything video related, it's on Telegram, which is my name. I'll put that under YouTube. All right. Smell you later, everybody. Have a beautiful one.